Good evening, folks. This is a pretty long time coming video, I suppose. It's been quite a while since I updated anyone, at least with videos. There's been quite a few images and such, but this is a short video just to show a couple of the features that I've recently been working on now that the combat systems had its final updates. I can finally start working on things. The main thing I've been working on was something that didn't come with the combat system. That was like abilities and spells. And two of the main ones I've been testing the last couple of days, pretty much a week or so, just to get it all up and set up and running, has been the energy bolt spell. Just because I want to get the projectile based blueprints up and running, and the collision hit for it, because the collision hit was being an absolute nightmare to get that right. When it hits the enemy and the sparks fly and whatnot and all that kind of carry on. The other one was the flay, because it's slightly different than most other projectiles in the fact that it's a homing projectile. It kind of searches out enemies. So I've still got to tweak up the settings on that a wee bit. There's better facts of to come, to work out the exact speed that the little throwing star will actually travel in towards the enemy type of thing. So there's still a few little bugs and errors and twitches to come through with it, but I'll give you a few little showing now of just how they're looking so far, and let you see a couple of the things. So we'll start off first with the energy bolt. As of course you can see here, we've got Kane in his new iron armor. Pay no attention to that sword. That sword is just there for training. His own iron sword won't look quite so Masters of the Universe style. So first we'll pick up a couple of items here. Another thing we've been working on is in the inventory system. Again, some of these images haven't got their proper icons yet. I'm still working on the artists are still working on some of the images to get the proper resolution scale so they all fit into the wee frame perfectly when you're doing the descriptions. Case in point will be the flay here.
These curious devices hurl bolts of whirling energy and eviscerate my human enemies by stripping ragged flesh from blood-stained bone.
That's all your tools you're going to have in this screen will be your tools and your icons and such, your flays, pendulets, taros, hearts of darkness and whatnot. That's basically what the heart of darkness is going to be there. Just, again, I haven't got the all the images brought in yet. This one here, you'll notice of course we got the I don't know why that is flickering so much. It usually does it just on one button, I think. I think I've got something else pressed somewhere or something. Do not know why that is. Try with the controller here.
The energy bolt employs magical force in its
some sort of
rawest
issue with the
form.
mouse there.
A
I think
messy
probably
spell, but
loose
a
connection or
potent
something.
one
No,
nonetheless.
I'll work that out after we finish. We can see the we've got the little description window here, your audio, describing each item, controller support, as you're moving around each block. Works with a controller or with a mouse and keyboard, which is another thing I've been working on.
As it was born from hellfire, forged by the necromancer's magic, my armor resists fire and provides me with strong defense.
So that's the basis of the inventory. Once again, a lot of the background images of that will all be changed, upgraded. Just need to get our artists, onto a bit more of the prettifying everything up a bit. So what was I going to say? It was the energy bolt is what we were going to start with. Another change I've been working on lately with the when it comes to this is going to be the difference in gameplay of items and spells, whereas projectile items like flay, implode, all them kind of various items, you basically will use the item and it'll fire basically just directly in front of where Kane is facing. Your standard, just forward facing projectile, and it will shoot wherever you are facing type of way. Except for, of course, for flay, that'll kind of like seek out the nearest enemy and explode type of thing. But the rest of them will all be like forward facing projectiles. Whereas the spells will be slightly different in that you'll be able to aim your spells, because obviously this isn't like the original isometric where everything was just directly ahead in front of you. So Kane, especially for energy bolt, when you're trying to hit like wall switches and stuff, you'll have to aim a bit, to find the proper wall switch. And this is kind of like the way it will be. You'll kind of walk around. You can move about as you're holding out a key to aim. Line it up with your enemy and zap. Of course, now you've got his attention. Here he comes, and zap. Down he goes. Obviously, like I said, like the original, once you hit the enemy enough times, and his health gets low, he'll explode, and lots of gore and violence like the original. And also, the way I've got going to have the system is, as you can see, you'll have 2 slots for spells. So you can have like basically energy bolt. Press the let's say right on the D-pad. You can switch over then to maybe like the repel spell, repel, wraith, mind control, just whatever you feel like having in the 2 slots. These ones here I might be switching out as well for the different forms. So you can switch between maybe like having wolf in one, bat in the other, wolf or noble. Just generally give them more of an option, so you don't have to just constantly pop into the inventory for a single item every time. When there's a lot of changing like in the original. And of course, as you can see in the tools, you'll be able to have 4 different tools where you can have like Heart of Darkness, Flays, Pentacles of Tarot, yada 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 yada. You get the idea. And once again, just press down on the D-pad and you'll be able to switch between one of the 4. Like, let's see. There's a wee bug here for some reason. It gives me 15 there, even though I'm only supposed to have I'm only supposed to have 10. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'll look into that. As you see, then you're only going to have your armor here. Your weapon's going to be up here. I'm still deciding whether you'd be able to, whether to have it where you can switch between the 2 weapons. Let me know in comments what you think about that. Should there be any kind of you would like switching between 2 different weapons? Case in point. We'll put the soul reaver in there. That'll be a little show that at the end. And as you can see, if I press down on the keys, you'll see at the bottom corner there it switches between the flays. I cannot get it to switch back, but that's a bug that is being fixed and worked on. Let's see now. Here, I'll put my weapon away so we can move it more freely, and get a little close to this guy and see if we can hit him with a flay. As you can see, the flays went from having 15 down to 9, so obviously that 15 is like it's a phantom number, and there obviously was only just 10, but like I said, I still have to work out what the issue of that wee sneaky bug is. There's still a few wee bugs and errors, in this combat system that's being worked on, and I'm trying to fix them all manually because I do not want to have to wait for another fix update and then redo everything I'm having to do again. Let's see. As you can see, you've got to fix the flays are moving a bit too fast. Okay, I gotta like slow them down a bit, and have the wee projectile, kind of like maybe light up a wee path as it moves towards the enemy type of thing, as we whirling energy. Of course, if you're not in frame, they can like just fall. I'm gonna have them like just disappear after a couple of minutes knowing themselves if they don't hit an enemy if you're not close enough. Once you are, zap! A little damage. That's a few little audio bugs and issues. That's nothing too major. So far everything works. A lot of these errors are coming up and I'm not sure why, because everything does still seem to be working. So if we go again, and if we pick up the items, get the one of the things I was having the issue with, as I was saying earlier, was the projectile on hit. So as you can see here, if you hit certain things, you get a nice wee spark of electricity, various walls, and it's the little shop function. Take a look at the Reaver here. Like I said, one of my things was, I'll just give the last little showing, was I wasn't sure whether to have like a switch between two different weapons. As you can see here, he's holding the basically, but that's going to be a dummy sword. I'll bring in the proper iron sword eventually. And then you can switch, as you can see, to the classic Reaver blade. He's kind of automatically switching around as I look around, so it might be a bit hard to see. Obviously, different stances and things and all, depending on what, and attacks depending on what item will be equipped. This and all, once I get it all up and running properly, will deplete your mana as you're making big major swings. Run out of mana, you'll just do standard damage. All that's still to be applied. But it's coming, now that I've actually got the combat system, you can see it's coming along a bit better. So do let me know in the comments if you do want the option to be able to switch between different weapons and spells and such. A few of the UI and the HUD here will be changed up a wee bit as well. It's all about finding out the bugs and the issues. Reaver. Give you a proper little peek at the Reaver. This was, of course, our this was given to me by the absolutely serially master himself, the Hilden. He supplied me with the his Reaver blade, which looks absolutely stunning, I must say. of course, there's our main man Kane here. I still have to apply the her physics to this one and fix up the sideburns a bit there, but this is our friendly dead guy that we're all so familiar with. Do not know if I got the jaw. Classic little fangs. A lot of the textures still need a bit of tweaking, but I'll get around to all that. But the main thing at the minute is still getting a lot of the hey Victus. The main thing at the minute is still getting a lot of the basic functions and mechanics working. But once I get them all working, there'll be more to show. For now, though, that was just a little more of a visual update for everyone to actually see some of these things in action instead of just seeing the a lot of the pictures I was been posting. So I hope everyone enjoyed this and do continue to support the page, and anyway please like, subscribe, all that kind of thing. There's a links to my Twitch channel, which I'll probably be doing another stream soon of the original Blood and Wind game as I kind of reacquaint myself to some other functions now that I've got to work on once the combat system's up and running here as well. Gotta decide in terms of magical light and all, how do I want that to be a light that lights up the whole map area or just a small area around Kane? So there's still a few bugs and twitches and things and all I've still to decide on, so hopefully I'll get some feedback on people then while I do the stream of the Blood and Wind game as well. My stream channel, there's also links to the Facebook page and donation tabs if anyone feels the urge to continue support. But that'll get us through this for now, and we'll hopefully have more to show again very soon. Hopefully some better combat animations and have some of the proper game enemies in the thing soon. I'm building up some of the bandits more tenuous, and I'm working. I've got a very special model being commissioned that I'll hopefully show in the future. But yeah, I want to get some of the like proper enemies into the game. Do I actually have any of them here yet? Just the materials. Oh no, got the. This is one of my base. I think this is one of my base. This is one of the bandits. I'm gonna have a couple of variants. Bandit, unlike the original, where not everyone is all gonna look the same, but I don't have to make hundreds of different variations of bandits and things like. So there will be a few variations, and you have your knife throwers, the sword throwers, maybe a couple of ones with maybe crossbows and such and all, or daggers instead of swords. Still deciding on a lot of the weapons and things, and we are having a couple of little ideas of ways to actually do we bit more with the bandits at the beginning of the game as opposed to just the original where you just kill them ones at the campsite and that's it. But a lot of these still have to be tweaked up now once once I get them back into Character Creator 3, which I was hopefully thankfully able to. I was able to squeak out enough to be able to get the upgrade to Character Creator 4, which will be coming out sometime this year. Hopefully pretty early, because I'm looking forward to get my hands on that, because apparently you can find import characters from like some Blender and 3DS and Maya and stuff and all into that, so that's going to be very, very handy instead of just relying on the single characters that basically come with it. Now you can't really do much with your own customized characters. That's why Kane himself was a bit. He actually was a bit harder to do, because for him I had to do all the rigging and all the rigging and weight painting and such over his model by hand, whereas for a lot of the other ones, it's all done in the character creator. But hopefully we'll be able to change all that now with other models to make it all easier. But that's enough of my rambling. So thank you all for watching. Hope everyone enjoys the video. Do let me know, like I said, any feedback or ideas or suggestions. I'm always happy to hear more from all the Legacy of Kane fans. Have a good evening, and I will chat to you all again soon. Bye bye.